What's shaking, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Bee Gees. And once again, I wanted to thank all the people who've helped us go on this journey, including Amy, who sent us Odessa, which we will go through, and also Lisa, who sent us Horizontal, which we're going to start going through right now. And yeah, we're jumping back to the late 60s. This album is from 1968. On a quick scan, I noticed that Massachusetts is on here, which we did react to as part of Best of Bee Gees Volume 1. Shout out to Kim. And indeed, Kim probably mentioned that, and perhaps if there are any others. Like I said, I just sort of scanned the track list, and that's the only one that immediately stood out to me as one that I had already reacted to. But obviously, I'll make sure not to double up on anything. But yeah, so I've heard now Bee Gees from multiple different decades, and I have heard them from the late 60s, so curious as we jump back in time, the vocal dynamics and some of the production that we've heard from a 90s Bee Gees album. Likely we will not hear those stylings, but ultimately, I'm curious to hear what these songs will all be about. And the first one is called World, so it's a single word title. A world can be in relation to Earth, a world can be someone's personal world, their social world. The world can be a particular configuration of life and reality for large groups of humans, and perhaps if many things change, through wars or just the vicissitudes of time, then eventually that world might end and a new one might begin, even though the Earth itself will not have crumbled away. So, world can mean different things on different scales. I do wonder, once we get a sense of what the scale is, what attitude or what emotion or what narrative will relate to it. So lots to be answered. Let's see what I can catch on the first listen. This is from Horizontal, 1968, the Bee Gees and their track World. Let's actually turn things on, and away we go.
Now I found that the world is round, and of course it rains every day. Living tomorrow.
Hello, guitar. The soft parachuting of those lines. producer that decided to fade that. But no, again, I get that sometimes a fade is about taking an atmosphere, a sort of a sonic moment, and just suggesting that that could extend forever. But I so wanted to hear more there. So was that Robin on the lead there? It didn't sound like Barry. Yeah, like I said, not only just hearing them in different time periods, do you get different sonic idioms and different genres, which develop in different ways or are born anew in different decades. I'm imagining the vocal delivery over time and across different periods will perhaps vary, at least in terms of approach or delivery, if not like the voice per se. And then again, as people age, on some level, their voice does change. So, but yeah, like I said, it didn't sound like Barry, especially that end part and that long sort of what's the right word? I was gonna say wavering, but that sounds like bad. But I meant like there was very vibrato-esque. There was vibration to the tone and that long extension at the end. So really enjoyed that. Love the the way it sort of like drifts into that more powerful segment of the tune. It's sort of stripped down. It's very light, and again those sort of parachuting vocals in the verses, and then it sort of kicks into a higher gear. And not only did it sort of go back and forth in that regard, but overall the energy of the tune, the sort of power of the tune seemed to get bigger as it went along. So when it got back to the energetic, more percussive section, it felt bigger like each time around. So and again, the strings, it wasn't like a major feature of the track. It wasn't like an overriding element, but again, just the right touch when it needed it, and when they use those string moments, it really does lend a greater gravity to their tunes. So yeah, another top track. Again, it has that late 60s feel. I'm not going to compare it to the Beatles in this case, because it didn't quite give me those vibes, but it did give me that